Starting with the 2023 R3 release, we can now manage vendor setup approval process directly in Sage Intacct. This can ensure that the information entered on the vendor setup screen is correct and minimize or possibly eliminate duplication of records. Once vendor approval system is turned on, any new vendor record that is set up in a system will need to be submitted for approval before AP bills can be posted. This feature is turned on under Applications, Accounts Payable, Configuration, look for Vendor Approval section, and here's a checkbox that will turn this feature on. Please note, the first time you turn this feature on, the system will need to set the status of all existing records to approved. This is done automatically and behind the scenes, but depending on the size of your vendor list, this process may take some time to complete. Therefore, it's recommended that you turn this feature on after hours. You can also turn email notifications sent to approvers that new vendors have been set up and waiting for approval. Once you turn on this feature and vendor records have been updated, you have to assign permission to access a particular area of the program, and that's done under Company, Admin, Roles, Edit your existing role, View subscriptions, look for Accounts Payable section, click on Permissions, and look for the option that says Approve Vendors. It's right there. By default, it would be unchecked. You would have to check this box, save it, and from this point on, user who turned on this feature would be able to make further changes to the system. So how does this feature work? Vendors can be set up in a system by users that have a permission to set up new vendors. However, with approval system being turned on, those users can only submit vendor record for approval. So we can see here on the list, on the top, 2 new vendors being created with the status submitted. At this time, new AP bills can be entered but cannot be posted before new vendor record is approved. So let's have a look. If you look at accounts payable, bills, there's a draft of the invoice up on the top. The status is a draft, and system displays that vendor is in submitted state and transaction cannot be posted until vendor is approved. I can now change my login and log in as a user who has a permission to approve vendor records. Approvers can be notified via email that new vendor records have been set up. They would log onto the system, go to accounts payable, and approve vendor list. This will give them option to quickly access and approve vendors with or without comments posted for the approval process. If I log back into the system as AP clerk, I can go to my AP bills now, and we will see the change now. Invoice that was previously in draft state, still in draft, but this time, since vendor record has been approved, I would be able to post this invoice. Of course, further validation will happen at this time, so this invoice is missing location, which need to be assigned. And at this time, we should be able to post the record. So this was a quick review of Approve Vendor feature in Sage Intacct 2023 R3 release.